What's going on, guys? JPS back for another video, and today we're going to be reacting to every German state explained by a German. So we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of Germany here, and as someone who's been around the country, decently well-traveled, I hope I will understand some of the stereotypes and learn more about the German states that I've not yet visited and about the states that I already have, because let's be honest, they were all pretty brief visits. Berlin is and Brandenburg, the place I'm most familiar with. I've been to Bavaria, I've been to Munich, I've been to Heidelberg, I've been to Cologne, I've been to Hamburg, and there's other places as well, but I think those are like the most popular places I've been to. So let's get right into this, guys. I'm hype. Before we do, consider first link in the description if you want to check out the new merch that actually just dropped this past weekend. Let me see if I can. Yeah. So this is one of the shirts, and actually really proud of the way that these came out. If you want to check it out, get right for the summer and the World Cup. Again, first link, guys, no pressure, but thank you to everyone who has already bought t-shirts and has been showing support. I really appreciate you guys. So yeah, let's get right into this, guys. Thanks for watching regardless. Here we go.
Bavaria is Germany's largest state and seen as the country's cultural stereotype, the Texas of Germany. Its history goes back to Celtic tribes settling the Bavarian Alps around 1400 BC, then Roman rule in the 1st century BC. After the Romans left, Celtic and Germanic tribes formed the Bavarian Confederation around 500 AD. It later became part of the Holy Roman Empire, turned into the Kingdom of Bavaria and joined the German Empire. Modern Bavaria also covers parts of historical Franconia, where many don't identify as Bavarian. Known for Catholic roots, wealth, order, cleanliness, conservatism and a strong identity, Bavarians are seen as traditional, stubborn, self-confident and sometimes arrogant, but many say they're just proud of their distinct culture and heritage. More outgoing and talkative than Northerners, they speak a unique dialect everyone loves but no one understands. Beer, pretzels, Weißwurst, Lederhosen, Dirndl and Oktoberfest have made Bavaria short.
Yo, honestly, like Bavaria is the most stereotyped region, one of the most stereotyped regions in the world. Like honestly, it's bro.
Shorthand
the beer there though, I miss it so much. Oh my.
For Germany abroad. They are fiercely proud of their beer, saying that leftover zips are sold as Kölsch in North Rhine-Westphalia. Some
and I've had Kolsch as well, so I'm gonna be careful with my opinions here, but I think the beer in Bavaria, let's be honest, guys, come on. No one's beating that. No one's beating their beer.
that leftover zips are sold as Kölsch in North Rhine-Westphalia. Some locals call their home God's land and have the highest separatist feelings among all German states. They claim they do fine as an independent country or united with Austria. Baden-Württemberg is Germany's third largest state, sitting along the French border. It was formed in 1952 when the post-war allied zones of Baden, Württemberg and Hohenzollern were merged. Romans conquered the region around 100 AD before being driven out by the Alemanni, who were later subdued by the Franks. Much of Baden remained Catholic after the Reformation. By the 18th century, many locals from areas like Hohenlohe emigrated to England and the US as pork butchers or industrial workers. The region later became home to Mercedes-Benz and Porsche in Stuttgart. A friendly rivalry divides Badeners and Swabians, but no one understands their dialects. The state's motto even says they can do everything but speak proper German. Badeners, known for their good wine, cuckoo clocks, Black Forest cake, spa towns like Baden-Baden, Germany's highest waterfalls at Triberg, and pork dishes such as Scheufele, are often seen as...
Oh my god, I don't think Heidelberg is in this, but it's close, it's close. Yeah, so there's so many like spa towns in this area. I literally almost visited them. It's interesting. That's where the cuckoo clocks come from as well. Yeah, very Black Forest. Black Forest right on that border.
Falls at Triberg and pork dishes such as Scheufele are often seen as relaxed and hedonistic. Their state brewery Rothaus was founded because people drank...
I've had that beer as well with the pine cones. Yes. This is crazy, guys. I might be able to relate to every state. Damn.
drank too much was founded because people drank too much hard liquor. Swabians, on the other hand, are viewed as disciplined, hard-working, penny-pinching perfectionists, with a love for order and cleanliness, sometimes to the point of cleaning their garbage bins inside. Swabians are often called stingy and humorless, but they see themselves as smart money savers who just want to build their own house. It's said they make tomato soup by pouring water on a red plate. They live off Maultaschen, Spätzle, and soups. Locals in Stuttgart are described.
What's wrong with this?
Maultaschen, Spätzle,
The Spätzle is delicious.
and soup.
It's like that mac and cheese pasta thing. Yeah. So why is everyone hating on them? Damn.
Locals in Stuttgart are described as boring know-it-alls. The state as a whole, though, is rich, efficient, industrious, and highly organized, feeding Germany's image of engineering precision and work ethic. Saxony is a landlocked eastern state bordering Poland and the Czech Republic. It has a long history as a duchy of the Holy Roman Empire and later as a kingdom until the monarchy was overthrown in 1918. During East German communist rule, it was divided into smaller regions but re-established in 1990. Despite its name, modern Saxony has little to do with Old Saxony, which was located further northwest. The region's history goes back to monumental temples dating to the 5th millennium BC and early Germanic settlement around the 1st century BC. Saxony was once one of Germany's richest and most industrialized areas, even surpassing the Rhineland before World War II. After the war and again after reunification, heavy deindustrialization hit the region hard, leaving behind a struggling economy. Saxony is considered the birthplace of the Reformation and known for inventions like toothpaste, coffee filters, and porcelain. Its capital, Dresden, is famous for its Baroque architecture and conservatism, while Leipzig, the largest city, is left-leaning and progressive. But Saxons are often stereotyped as grumbling simpleton rednecks, rebels, populists, neo-Nazis, or conspiracy theorists, with a dialect widely mocked as the worst in Germany. During the Cold War, parts of Saxony were known as the Valley of the Clueless, because West German TV signals couldn't reach there. Today, the state is often portrayed as backward or racist due to rural areas and right-wing activity. Locals love dipping dry cake in coffee and have dishes like Tote Oma, a mix of blood sausage, potatoes, and sauerkraut. Saxony leads in microelectronics and classical music heritage. Berlin is Germany's...
That's really interesting. That gave me a lot of new... Listen, I'm not going to just like form my opinion based off of one video because that's not right, but it's definitely something to be taken away from that. That was interesting. Damn. Also, guys, please... Oh, we got the currywurst already. Let me know your thoughts on like each state, especially those of you living in the state that he's talking about. Let me know. Please elaborate. Currywurst, so good though. Oh my God.
The currywurst, and the third smallest state by area, plus, according to a 2025 Berlin University study, the most unpopular one among Germans. Likely settled since 9000 BC by Megal-Marjan people, the area developed from early Lusatian cultures and Germanic tribes like the Semnones and Burgundians.
This looks like a rave outfit. Look, I already know. Berlin makes no money, everyone's partying all the time. As artists, waste of space, blah, blah, blah. That's literally what I'd be hearing about Berlin from people that are, especially from like Bavaria and stuff. This, like the first time I went to Germany, that's when I learned about the North, like South divide. And there's just so much you don't see. If you're looking at it as a country surface level, you think everyone's the same if you've never been there because it all seems the same. But the more you learn, you're like, whoa, these states might as well be separate countries. And also, how is Berlin a state and a city? I don't know.
The area developed from early Lusatian cultures and Germanic tribes like the Semnones and Burgundians. First mentioned in the 13th century, Berlin grew at the crossroads of major trade routes and later became the capital of Prussia. In the 1920s, it ranked as the world's third largest city. After World War II, it was divided into East and West by the Berlin Wall, which stood until 1990. Modern Berlin is a chaotic mix of poverty and creativity. And there are plenty of stereotypes about Berlin. It's seen as dirty, disorganized, and full of eccentric people, combined with a high crime rate, visible homelessness, and drug problems. Locals are known for being rude, blunt, boastful, and unfiltered, apparently sounding constantly angry. The city is heavily multicultural and often not even seen as a part of Germany, since it's so liberal, alternative, and hedonistic, with little concern for order or traditional values. Berliners are described as lazy partygoers, talkers, and unemployed dreamers.
I knew it. I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. And I do see it. Listen, I see the points that they're making about Berlin. I felt that way too. When I'm there sometimes, I'm like, yo, some streets you walk down, it just looks like a shithole, really. But that's not the whole city. That's not the whole city, and that's not fair. And yes, there's some people that are doing too much drugs. They're partying way too much. But you like still, Berlin is like, there's just so much to do, especially for tourists. It's so fun. And listen, stereotypes, if we're to go with the stereotypes for any of the states, not just Berlin, that would be completely unfair. So let me know your thoughts of Berlin in the comments, guys. Let me know.
Talkers and unemployed dreamers who hang out in cafes, wear black clothes, and survive long winters with techno clubs and sarcasm. Some Germans joke, Berlin is not a city but a condition. Call it the green communist hipster ghetto and say that it tries to be Europe's New York City. Brandenburg, Germany's isolated
I don't think it tries to be. I think it is Europe's New York City. You know? What are they talking about?
Brandenburg, Germany's isolated backyard, surrounds Berlin and borders Poland with Potsdam as its capital. Both states tried to merge in 1996, but remain separate. Originating as the Northern March in the 10th century, the region was formed from lands conquered from Slavic tribes. In the 15th century, it came under the Hohenzollerns, who later built the foundation of the Prussian kingdom. After World War II, the Soviets re-established Brandenburg as a state. Modern Brandenburg is mostly rural, flat, boring, and peaceful, full of forests, free-roaming wolves, and a million lakes. Much of it feels empty, with most people living around Berlin and commuting there for work.
Yo, the only thing I know about Brandenburg is the airport's out there. I promise you. And that's not even like really out there. So that's not good.
Commuting there for work. Locals are seen as friendly, reserved, and leading simple, calm lives. They paddle, hike, or drink dark beer after work. But some say that Brandenburg exists to contain Berlin and keep the rest of Germany safe. Saxony-Anhalt is a weird void in central Germany, with Magdeburg as its capital and largest city. It was created by the Soviets after World War II, combining the historical regions of Saxony and Anhalt, and was briefly dissolved during East German rule. The region holds major sites of the Protestant Reformation, including Wittenberg and Eisleben, where Martin Luther lived. Historically, it was part of Prussia, and many locals still identify more with Prussian traditions than with Saxony-Anhalt itself. The state is split in character. Magdeburg leans toward Northern and Berlin influence, while Halle connects culturally to Saxony. Today, Saxony-Anhalt is one of Germany's most sparsely populated and economically weak regions. Flat countryside and forest, dotted with decaying towns and empty roads. Many residents work several low-paid jobs and live in aging concrete blocks. The state is often stereotyped as depressed, gloomy, and still stuck in the GDR era, with little happening beyond endless farmlands and hills. Some say no one would notice if it disappeared overnight, calling it even more boring than Brandenburg.
Oh my God. That's like one of the worst things that you could say about a place. I was wondering though, because I've never been in like the center of Germany really, aside from on Deutschbahn trains going through. But yeah, I look outside the window and it's just like, I mean, yeah, the country needs agriculture and farmland, so I guess it's not bad, but not really giving me reasons to visit this state.
Then Brandenburg.
Saxony-Anhalt.
Still, they are proud of their band Tokyo Hotel. Mecklenburg-Vorpommern is Germany's most empty state, known for its unspoiled nature and Baltic Sea coastline. Schwerin is the capital, Rostock the largest city. The state was created in 1945 by merging the historical regions of Mecklenburg and Western Pomerania under Soviet administration. The region has been inhabited since 10,000 BC. Germanic tribes once lived here but left during the migration period, after which Slavs and Vikings established coastal trade posts. By the 12th century, it came under Polish and later Saxon control before joining the Holy Roman Empire. Today, the state is known more for its nature than its lonely people. Its Baltic resorts, islands like Rügen and Usedom, and the Mecklenburg Lake District make it one of Germany's top holiday destinations, especially for Saxons. Locals have a reputation for being reserved, poor, blunt, and heavy drinkers. The state ranks high in alcoholism. The population is mostly older, with small towns where everyone knows each other. It's also stereotyped as a right-wing stronghold, resistant to trying out new things and old-fashioned thinking. But many consider it a peaceful hidden gem.
Okay.
Schleswig.
I might have to pop out. Seems like the right wing or conservatives are in the right side of the country. Germany, right? And it's not like that's a small population either. I'm pretty sure it's like a quarter of Germans would identify as like conservative or right wing, if I'm not misinformed.
Schleswig-Holstein
That's where Hamburg
borders
is?
Denmark and lies between the North and Baltic Seas, giving it a strong maritime identity. Its capital is Kiel, and it ranks among Germany's most liked states, second in national popularity polls. Historically, the region was split between Denmark and the Holy Roman Empire. Schleswig was once Danish, while Holstein was German, and for centuries both were ruled together by the Danish king. Nationalist tensions between Germans and Danes led to two wars. After the Second Schleswig War, Prussia took control by 1867. After World War I, the northern part of Schleswig went to Denmark. The southern part remained German. Today, Schleswig-Holstein is known for agriculture, shipbuilding and windmills. It's a popular tourist region with long coastlines and islands like posh Sylt. The state also hosts the big Wacken Open Air Festival. The people of Schleswig-Holstein are often described as quiet, distant and reserved, but they are warm and genuine once you know them. They don't speak that much. Moin and you can count as full sentences.
Sounds quite Danish. I think Hamburg is in the state below Schleswig-Holstein.
They are also seen as stoic fishermen, farmers, and Frisians, hardened by the constant wind and rain. Life here revolves around the sea, Flensburger beer, and simplicity.
I mean,
Hamburg.
that's what's... Oh, it's its own state. I should have known that because it's big. Damn. It sounds like the north of Germany sounds pretty cool. I like it. Right on the water as well.
Hamburg is Germany's second largest city and its most populous state. The name originates from Hammerburg, a fortress ordered by Charlemagne to protect against Slavic raids. Throughout history, Hamburg was destroyed multiple times by Vikings, Poles, Danes, plagues, fires, and World War II bombings. Yet, it became one of Germany's richest and most globalized centers. In 1189, Emperor Frederick Barbarossa granted it the status of a free imperial city, and Hamburg went on to become a key member of the Hanseatic League, later a fully sovereign city-state until German unification. Its Reeperbahn in St. Pauli is Europe's most famous red light district, while
I've never heard of that. Oh, write that down. Just kidding. But no, I visited Hamburg for one day and I was blown away, guys. I just felt so happy there. It was just such like it's such a nice city. So much to offer as well. Like, yeah, Hamburg is a great place.
the Schanzenviertel area represents its alternative left-leaning spirit. Politically, Hamburg is a social democratic stronghold. Hamburgers are seen as rich, elegant, elitist, and snobbish. They keep to themselves, speak a northern variant of Low Saxon, and value politeness over small talk. Locals pride themselves on being more cultured, cosmopolitan, and better organized than Berliners, with better bars and more money, of course. Their love for fish buns and their city is unmatched. Bremen is Germany's smallest state, often called the Big Village. It consists of two separate cities, Bremen and Bremerhaven. Bremen became a free imperial city in 1646 and stayed independent after the Holy Roman Empire dissolved. Heavy bombing in World War II destroyed much of the city, but its port connections fueled recovery. When post-war Germany needed a North Sea port in the British zone, Bremen struck a deal with Hanover to secure coastal land, creating Bremerhaven and the modern state of Bremen. Today it's one of Germany's poorer states, marked by high unemployment and a strong left-leaning culture. Locals are modest, eco-minded and community-oriented, biking everywhere and valuing sustainability over status. The city is known for Beck's beer, its historic old town.
Oh my god. We know Beck's is not it, bro. It's not a good beer. See, Bremen says it sounds nice though. Bremen. Left leaning, high unemployment. That's what that's what I've heard this whole video, basically. They always have the guy smoking weed as well.
Is known for
not a good
Beck's
look.
beer, its historic old town, and a fierce football rivalry with Hamburg. Lower Saxony is Germany's second largest state, often called the epitome of mediocrity, or the Switzerland
Oh, epitome of mediocrity. This video is harsh. I mean, it's not the creator's fault. Like, he's just saying what other people say, but damn, that is like a triple insult.
of Germany. Its
Compound
capital,
insult.
Hanover, is known for being organized and dull, the most average big city in the country. Much of the state's land was once part of the historic Kingdom of Hanover before being merged with neighboring regions in 1946. The state is known for apples, endless farms, wind, rain, and people in yellow raincoats, saying it's not a storm until the sheep lose their curls. The land is so flat, you can see your guests arriving a day before they do. Culturally, it's Germany's vanilla state. Moderate, sensible, and drama-free. No extreme politics, no loud dialects, no scandals. People here speak the clearest German in the country, though some in the north still use Low German. Locals speak even less than Schleswig-Holsteiners. They cover entire stories with one grunt. They are also seen as emotionless and boring, even for German standards, but friendly once you get to know them. Life revolves around farming, Jever beer, and traditions like Schützenfest.
Schützenfest. You got gun ranges in Germany. Lower Saxony sounds like amazing though. Like, that's what you want out of people. Also, like, friendly once you get to know them. That sounds like every human. Especially Germans though. Germans, I think they have like a lot of walls up. So a lot of friendships and relationships, you have to know the person for a long time. And it's like, for me, it can be difficult to make German friends because I wasn't there. I wasn't there when they were growing up, so it's not the same.
Where everyone drinks and shoots at wooden birds. They love green cabbage, butter cake, and buns topped with raw minced pork and onions, washed down with a cola corn liquor mix. Despite jokes
The Mettbrötchen is from Lower Saxony. Okay.
about East Frisian stupidity and rural dullness, Lower Saxony is admired for its affordability, social warmth, and reliability. North Rhine
That sounds like the place you want to move to if you want to live in Germany.
Westphalia is Germany's most populous state, created in 1946 by the British from parts of old Prussian provinces. The region was first mentioned in 55 BC by its conqueror Julius Caesar, and later home to Germanic tribes who fought the Romans in the Teutoburg forest. Over centuries it came under the Franks and Saxons, eventually becoming one of Germany's industrial heartlands. Culturally, the state is split. The Rhineland is party-obsessed, while Westphalia is quiet, conservative, and reserved. Cities like Cologne and Düsseldorf embody the Rhineland spirit, outgoing, festive, and proudly rivals since the 1200s. Their competition still lives on through jokes, beer rivalries, and carnival parades. The Ruhr, once filled with coal and steel, is now often called the German Isengard, with high unemployment and a working-class image. Locals are seen as loud, brash, and straightforward, eating fries with ketchup and mayo in jogging suits. The area's decline decline after the end of mining left behind a dirty urban landscape often compared to a cyberpunk dystopia. But the state has a warm-hearted reputation. People in Cologne are considered the friendliest and most easygoing in Germany. Ruhrpott residents are valued for their honesty and humor. Westphalians are more stoic and stubborn, preferring quiet life and football. Münster stands out as a green student city filled with bikes, while Bielefeld famously doesn't exist. The Rhineland
It's a lot. That's, yeah. So North Rhine-Westphalia has a lot to offer. A lot to offer. And Cologne is a wonderful city. Wonderful city. Like, it's... I did a lot of like touristy stuff in there, but the views that I experienced, gorgeous. The river coming straight through, I think that's the Rhine. Is it the Rhine River? The massive river cutting through Cologne. Yeah, that river is gorgeous. And of course, the cathedral, the massive Gothic cathedral you can see anywhere in the city. And the Kolsch. Is it the best beer in Germany? I wouldn't say so. But I still, I think the tradition of it, like the narrow glasses and just it constantly being filled up is pretty cool. And people there were so friendly, the locals as well.
Palatinate is a wine-focused state with Mainz as its capital and Roman-founded Trier as Germany's oldest city. It was formed in 1946 from parts of Prussia, Hessen and Bavaria by the French. The state is famous for its scenic landscapes and castles, but stores US nuclear weapons at Büchel Air Base.
Yeah, there's a lot of military bases in this area. I'm pretty sure Heidelberg is in this state as well. But like... Come on, the river cutting through the valleys and the castle perched atop the hill. That's such like this is like the German stereotype too for like the beauty. And it's a good stereotype as well. And you guys also have trains that run like right along this river. So beautiful.
Landscapes and castles, but stores US nuclear weapons at Büchel Air Base. Locals are friendly, chatty and easygoing with a big love for festivals like Carnival. Mainz especially loves their parties, while the Palatinate reflects French influence in its relaxed, cozy, life-enjoying culture. Good wine and food are central to daily life there. Historically, several German-American communities trace their roots here, including the Pennsylvania Dutch and Ohio Rhinelanders. The state maintains a rivalry with Saarland, but not much has happened here since the Romans left. Saarland is Germany's smallest non-city state, rural and close-knit to the point where people say that everyone is related. It sits between France and Germany and...
Hey, be careful with that. Be careful, that sounds a bit like incest to me.
Over history, both countries kept passing it back and forth, neither really wanting to keep
Usually you're fighting over some territory, you want it, but they're just giving it back here, just have it. No, you have it. No, you have it. That's crazy.
The area was first settled by Celtic tribes before the Romans and eventually the Franks took over. Saarlanders are known for being hardworking, grounded and very friendly once you get past their funny dialect. Stereotypes portray it as Germany's Alabama, with circle-shaped family trees. But in reality...
I said it. Be careful with all that. I don't know. Someone's sister was... Yeah, let's end the... Yeah, I'm done.
The Saarland is peaceful and proud of its mix of German discipline and enjoying life. It's famous for good food, hospitality and surprisingly many Michelin-starred restaurants.
Okay.
Hessen, with Wiesbaden as its wealthy capital and Frankfurt as Germany's financial hub, nicknamed Manhattan, is a state that mixes money, modesty and a bit of chaos. Frankfurt's skyline may gleam with banks, but around the central station it's known for crime, drugs and rough streets. But the rest of the state is far more green and calm, with diverse landscapes and the Vogelsberg, Europe's largest extinct volcano. Pleistocene hunters lived here 13,000 years ago. The Celts followed and later the Germanic Chatti settled the land. In modern times, Hessen became a bit more American than other German states because of its long US military presence. Elvis Presley even served as a GI here. Hessen is proud of its apple wine, pungent Handkäse cheese, and the famous green herb sauce they put on everything. The people are friendly but conservative, with a dry and self-ironic humor. They are also known for their fast, babbling dialect that varies so much that someone from the Odenwald might not be understood in Frankfurt or Kassel. Some say Hessians talk too much and can't pronounce CH or the sharp S. And apparently they also steal ashtrays.
Oh,
Thuringia,
what's
with
that about?
Erfurt as its capital, is one of the least known states. Most people admit they've never been there or met anyone from there. Named after the ancient Thuringi tribe, it later came under Frankish control, lost parts of its territory to Hessen after a succession war, and after World War II became part of the Soviet zone. It's often called the Green Heart of Germany, because most of it is dense forest and untouched nature. But the southeast has more ticks than people. Thuringians are viewed as quiet people who keep to themselves and grill in their gardens the whole year. They are stereotyped as typical Ossis, still seen as East Germans, right-leaning, and outsiders say they hide in forests speaking a funny dialect. Locals take pride in their Thüringer Bratwurst and dumplings, considered among the best in Germany, and in their list of cultural icons, from Bach to Goethe and Schiller. Many say Thuringia feels like Saxony, but everyone just hates Saxony. Mallorca, jokingly called Germany's 17th state, has become a second home for countless German tourists.
Isn't this just like the Spanish like German party island? I'm pretty sure. Yo, they did not make the center of Germany sound appealing at all in this video.
Tourists and expats, especially around El Arenal near Palma. It feels less like Spain and more like a non-stop mix of Oktoberfest and Cologne Carnival. The beach strip known as Ballermann is infamous for crowds of Germans drinking sangria from buckets, blasting Schlager music and partying all day. For many Germans, Malle is what Magaluf is to the British. Locals, however, have grown increasingly frustrated.
Yo, the local Spanish living in this place probably hate the Germans. And same thing with the British people that come over and party. I'm trying to visit though. That sounds so fun.
However, have grown increasingly frustrated with the mass tourism, noise and littering. Anti-German sentiment has flared up, but authorities condemn these acts as the work of a small minority. Alsace-Lorraine, or Reichsland Elsass-Lothringen, was a territory of the German Empire created in 1871 after Germany's victory in the Franco-Prussian War, when it annexed most of Alsace and about 26% of Lorraine. Originally part of Roman Gaul, it was later controlled by Germanic tribes and then by the Franks. By the Middle Ages, Alsace belonged to the Holy Roman Empire, while Lorraine became an independent German duchy. France gradually took over both regions, Alsace after the 30 Years' War and Lorraine in 1766, though they remained culturally and linguistically German until the French Revolution. By 1871, most people there spoke a German dialect, though many educated citizens also spoke French. After annexation, residents had to choose between German citizenship or emigration, and around 100,000 left for France. Germany justified the annexation by pointing to the region's German heritage and language. Bismarck himself was hesitant, but the military insisted on the annexation for security reasons. France's loss of this iron-rich region created deep resentment, fueling nationalism and contributing to World War I. When Germany lost, Alsace-Lorraine was returned to France in 1918. Prussia was a German state and kingdom that grew from the 1525 dissolution of the Teutonic Order's territory into one of Europe's most powerful realms. Originally ruled from Königsberg and later Berlin, Prussia was dominated by the House of Hohenzollern, whose disciplined army, efficient bureaucracy and militarized culture came to define the German character itself. Its influence culminated in 1871 when it unified the German states to form the German Empire. The monarchy ended in 1918 with the German Revolution, transforming Prussia into a free state within the Weimar Republic, though it quickly lost real power after the 1932 coup led by Franz von Papen and its full dismantling under Nazi rule. After 1945, its eastern lands were divided between Poland and the Soviet Union, and millions of Germans were expelled. In 1947, the Allies officially abolished Prussia, branding it a symbol of militarism and authoritarianism.
Okay. Damn, that was a great video. It gave me so much history on really like how Germany was formed with all these states. and some insights into what the people are like in each of these states. Like I said, though, stereotypes. If I were to just go to one of these places and be like, oh, all of you guys like this beer and you act this way and you talk too much, like that's why stereotypes are, it's important to really think about them and not let them guide your opinions on everything associated with the stereotype. But yeah, this also goes to show how much variation exists within Germany. Like there are Germans, if you go, they're all speaking the same language, but they're not gonna understand each other because the dialects, accents, slang, all of that. Uh, so, wow, that was a great video. I'm so looking forward to reading the comments, so I can hear what you guys think about these state breakdowns. But I wish Heidelberg was mentioned as well. It's literally one of my favorite places I've been to, not just Germany, period. Like that place is amazing. I felt like that deserved a little bit of a shout or something. I don't know. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this video down below, guys. Super entertaining. I learned a lot about Germany today in this one. So that's always a great thing. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.